Uprising! We took power! Fighting back! 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 We took power! Fighting back!
Britain is at a breaking point, a nation torn between tradition and transformation. Right now, we're bringing you unprecedented footage from Birmingham, where thousands took to the streets in what many are calling the most significant cultural clash of the decade. What you're witnessing isn't just another protest. It's the explosive manifestation of tensions that have been building for years beneath the surface of British society. The question on everyone's mind: is this the beginning of a cultural civil war? Today, we're going deep inside this national identity crisis that's tearing communities apart. You'll hear from both sides of this growing divide. You'll witness the raw emotions driving ordinary citizens to extraordinary actions. And most importantly, you'll understand what this means for Britain's future, and potentially, the future of Western democracy itself. This is breaking news you won't see anywhere else. This is the full story the mainstream media won't tell you. Before we continue, I need your help to spread this critical information. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. This situation is developing by the hour, and you need to stay informed about what comes next.
We're going to do things differently. We're going to tell the truth, even when they are hard truths.
Let's break down exactly what happened in Birmingham. On what began as an ordinary day, thousands of self-described British patriots converged on the streets of Birmingham. Our team was on the ground, capturing the moment this demonstration transformed from a gathering into a movement. An organizer expressed deep concern, stating that they were there because they believed Britain was at a crossroads. Emphasizing that it wasn't about hate, they said it was about preserving what makes Britain truly British. They pointed to rising crime rates, changing neighborhoods, and a growing sense that the concerns of ordinary people were being ignored by those in power. But what exactly are those concerns? Our investigation reveals a complex web of grievances centered around three core issues. 1. Rising crime rates in major cities. 2. Immigration policies and integration challenges. 3. Questions about national identity and values. The protesters we spoke with repeatedly cited specific incidents of violent crime, including knife attacks and theft, which they attribute to what they call failed immigration policies. A protester expressed not feeling safe in their own neighborhood anymore, stating that their family had lived there for generations, yet they were now being told to accept a new normal. The protester questioned why they should have to. But here's what makes this situation so explosive. While these concerns are deeply felt, the facts tell a more complicated story. Our investigative team spent weeks analyzing crime statistics, immigration patterns, and economic indicators across Britain. What we found challenges both narratives in this national debate. Official data from the National Crime Agency shows that while certain types of crime have indeed increased in urban centers, there's no statistical correlation with immigration patterns. In fact, many areas with the highest immigration rates show below-average crime statistics. But for many protesters, these statistics don't match their lived experience. The disconnect between official narratives and personal experiences is fueling distrust in institutions and creating fertile ground for more extreme viewpoints on both sides. Our cameras captured not just anger, but genuine fear. Fear of losing a way of life. Fear of becoming strangers in familiar places. These emotions are powerful drivers that can't be dismissed with statistics alone. But there's another side to this story that you need to see. Just blocks away from the main protest, a different gathering was forming. These citizens, equally passionate about Britain's future, present a starkly different vision of what British identity means in the 21st century. A counter-protester stated that Britain had always been a nation of immigrants, and that its strength came from diversity, not division. They added that the Britain others were fighting to preserve was a myth that had never existed. This fundamental disagreement about British history and identity lies at the heart of the current crisis. A historian noted that British identity has never been static, explaining that from the Roman occupation to the Norman conquest, and from the Empire to the Commonwealth, Britain has continually evolved through cultural exchange and integration. But evolution and change can be profoundly unsettling, especially when they occur rapidly. What's happening in Birmingham isn't unique. Similar tensions are erupting across Europe and beyond. The question is, why now? Our investigation identified 5 critical factors creating this perfect storm of cultural conflict. 1. Economic uncertainty. Stagnant wages and rising costs of living creating financial anxiety. 2. Social media echo chambers. Algorithms reinforcing existing beliefs and inflaming tensions. 3. Political opportunism. Leaders exploiting divisions for electoral gain. 4. Security concerns. High-profile incidents receiving disproportionate media attention. 5. Rapid demographic changes. Communities transforming faster than social integration can occur. A political analyst noted that what was being witnessed was the collision of globalization with traditional notions of nationhood, adding that when people feel economically insecure, they tend to seek certainty in identity. And that search for certainty has powerful implications for democracy itself. The tensions we're seeing in Birmingham streets will inevitably reach these halls of power. How elected officials respond could determine Britain's path for generations. The political response has been fractured along predictable lines, with each side accusing the other of either inflaming tensions or ignoring legitimate concerns. But beyond the political posturing, real communities are struggling with these changes in real time. Behind the statistics and slogans are human stories that reveal the true complexity of this situation. A business owner shared that they came to Britain 20 years ago, built a business, paid taxes, and that their children were born in the country and feel British. Yet, they increasingly feel unwelcome in the place they call home. An elderly resident shared that their neighborhood no longer felt like home. The shops, the languages, and the customs had changed so quickly. While not opposed to change, they expressed feeling forgotten amidst it all. These parallel experiences of displacement and disconnection fuel the tensions we're witnessing. Yet amid the conflict, we found examples of communities finding their own solutions. In this Birmingham community centre, locals from all backgrounds gather weekly to address neighbourhood concerns together. Crime has dropped 23% in the surrounding area over the past year. A community organizer explained that when people actually talk to each other as neighbors rather than as categories or groups, the fear began to dissipate. The focus shifted to shared problems instead of differences. These grassroots efforts offer a potential path forward that bypasses political deadlock. Britain stands at a pivotal moment in its history. The decisions made in the coming months, by government officials, community leaders, and ordinary citizens, will echo for. Our exclusive analysis identifies 3 possible scenarios for Britain's future. 1. Escalating division. Continued polarization leading to more frequent and intense confrontations. 2. Managed coexistence. Communities living side by side but increasingly separate. 3. Integrated evolution. A new British identity emerging that incorporates elements of both tradition and change. Experts we consulted believe the third option offers the only sustainable path forward, but it requires something increasingly rare in our polarized age: compromise. A psychologist explained that when groups feel threatened, they tend to retreat into more extreme versions of their identity. Breaking this cycle, the psychologist added, requires creating spaces where individuals can voice their concerns without fear of judgment, while still being exposed to different perspectives. The battle we witnessed in Birmingham isn't just about immigration or crime. It's about who gets to define what it means to be British in the 21st century. And that question isn't unique to Britain. Across the Western world, nations are grappling with similar identity crises. What happens here may provide a preview of challenges coming to your community next. As this situation continues to develop, we're committed to bringing you the facts without the spin. This isn't just another news story. It's a fundamental transformation of society happening in real time. What do you think? Is Britain facing an irreconcilable cultural divide? Or is this a painful but necessary evolution? Share your thoughts in the comments below. This crisis isn't going away, and neither is our coverage. And if you haven't yet, hit that like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon, because we're here to expose the truth, hold power to account, and fight for ordinary people.